because this is totally a bit. So I hope you can see the entire screen. Screen is visible.
Yes, the screen is visible. Am I the only one?
Maybe because no one has joined today. So
Right.
okay.
So hi, I'm
So
Tejas.
yes, okay, fine. Can you just introduce about yourself a bit so that you can brief?
Yeah, I've recently graduated in Masters of in
Hmm.
Computer Science
Hmm.
this last May,
Hmm.
and currently I'm working as an intern as a junior system administrator. Yeah, and I'm trying to pivot into cybersecurity because I'm still early in my journey. So that brings me here.
Fine. Uh, the voice is clear, right?
Yes, were you able to hear me? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
from
able
your
to.
end, it's good.
So I'm doing this on PPT for today because we have much theoretical things that we have to go through. Uh, actually, I have to bring this on PPT. Now is it okay? Hello?
Sorry.
Yeah, like you can see the entire screen, right? There is no
Yep,
disturbance.
everything is good.
Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be first starting with the basic introduction of what is uh, cloud. Then we will push to security, and then we will try to understand what is Azure security. So, well, my name is Shashank. I have totally 6 years of experience, whereas I have 4 years of experience into cloud security itself. So that is a small brief intro from my end. So we will go for the next slide. So can you just tell me like what do you understand from the term cloud? What do you mean by cloud?
Basically,
Hmm.
yes, the resources of a company, for example, a database, or if it's in a cloud, that means that's not on premises, and we're
Hmm.
basically giving it to a vendor
Hmm.
who might offer their resources on a subscription model, so that we do not have to maintain those services. That is
Okay.
what I get from a cloud.
Okay, fine. Basically, cloud is something that works on a internet. Okay, so it was introduced to eliminate the servers, the local servers, what we have, or the host servers, what we have, the servers, basically the servers, because servers are much costlier, and for maintenance also we have to like handle everything. So for eliminating that, we have introduced the term called sick cloud. This was introduced by many organizations, but many of them failed. So the first one was AWS, then we have Azure, the what we are going to study right now, and then we have GCP, that is Google Cloud Platform. Okay. So now coming to the term security, can you explain me security? Like what do you understand by the term security or something? I want to
You
here
want
make
me to
this,
go?
yes, because I want to make this session interactive. I don't want you people like to like listen what I'm telling. I want you to be interactive for it. What do you mean by
Yep, I can
security?
go ahead if you.
Yeah, yeah, you
Sure, I
can.
can go ahead if you like.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, security is basically securing our infrastructure.
Hmm.
Whatever example, just now you said servers and I said databases from
Hmm.
external attacks so that the data is not breached or the servers are not compromised to
Hmm.
ensure services are up and running.
Okay, fine. So, thank you for that. So coming to the technical prerequisites, what we have, like I want you to know this all terms because these are all the terms that we will be using in further because I will be explaining you the entire portal. So basically we have 7 portals into the Microsoft security. So we will be focusing on basically the 4 portals itself. So in that, these are the main technical prerequisites. Like I want you to know what and how it actually works. Okay. So the first thing is OS, operating system. You may be knowing it. Obviously, many of them know. Then we have TCP and IP. We have subnets, which comes with the networking part, DNS, firewalls, and ports and VPNs. So these are all the networking knowledge that you should know in the beginning itself, because we cannot keep on explaining you all this. These are all the basic things. When I think, as being a CS guy, you should know this all things. And as you are passionate for the term called security, you should know it very well, because how it works, that plays a major role over here. Then we have security basics, where we will be looking into the vulnerabilities, like into like how we figure out. Then we have authentication authorization. This comes with IAM. Then we have malware concepts, how we detect it through KQL. So KQL is a separate language which was developed by Microsoft itself. So we will be looking into this also in the end of the entire section, because this cloud is basically what you like. If you appear for interview, they will basically ask you for the theory. Practical is not that much required, because they won't give you, like they won't push you directly onto the portal itself, because already all the portals are filled. Few companies are there, they will be giving you a new portal and they will allow you to work on it. Then we have cloud fundamentals. So these are the most important things that I would like to know, because each one, like IaaS, PaaS, ASS, so these are the 3 things. This individually has jobs, like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. This individually only has individually only has jobs in the market. Then we have clouds like public cloud, private, hybrid. So this comes under like the Azure mainly. Why we use Azure? Because it is totally a hybrid one, because we can push and pull uh, the servers from the local to the cloud and cloud to the local also. So we have that flexibility with Azure. Then we have something called as multi-cloud. Multi-cloud also, I will explain you the entire concept with Azure itself. So we can connect AWS and GCP through this. Then we have something called as share responsibility. Share responsibility, this comes with the user, how you are going to manage your entire cloud. The next platform, like the next concept what we will be focusing on is cloud platform experiences, like how to handle the accounts in terms of subscriptions and resources. Okay, so depends on the person to person, system to system, or the infrastructure to infrastructure. So it depends on everything. So we have this both are AWS and GCP comparison that we will be doing on this. Then we have tool familiarities, like what are the tools. So I would like you to understand the basic concepts of PowerShell as well as Bash, because these are the 2 things. And moreover, get in touch, like try to understand KQL, because this is the thing that we will be looking in future. Because all the things, like if you want to do the threat hunting, if you want to pull a particular data, or if you want to work on a particular like if you want to develop something, KQL is much important on Azure. Then we have something called as Microsoft portal. So these are the portals that I have said. So we will be looking here. I have given only the 2 portals. By the way, we have 7 portals, but we will be looking only 4 portals. Uh, so this is something about the portals. Then we have uh, our airbag roles. So this is the roles what we will be creating according to the users. We have AD, Active Directory, MFA, which is multi-factor authentication, whether a person is okay to come into the particular environment or not. This is conditional access. So we will be looking all these terms. So I want you to like understand from your end itself, whether to get a basic idea how it actually works. Because In future, like in further classes, we will be completely working on these terms only, because as I show you a direct portal, even the last of the session, I will show you, like I will introduce you to the portal. I will let you know half, like what are the things what we have on the portal. From tomorrow, we will be doing a practical as well as a theory. So theory, basically, what I'm thinking is to do it in a PPT way only. But as per your wish, I will like work on it, because you have to learn it. I can just explain you if you get stuck to some concept. That's it. So coming to the encryption basics, so we have data at rest. So we have data at rest, that is this one. So what is data at rest? So these are terms actually that comes with the Azure, in Azure. So once we are like familiar with all these terms, these are total basic terms that you should be much familiar with it. Okay. So coming to the next, as you have said, what is cloud? So this is the main part, why cloud, like the major part of the cloud, like what is the definition of cloud, and what is the main products of the cloud, what are the services of the cloud, key features of the cloud, and additional benefits. So coming to the cloud, as you have said, it will look into the storage, applications, and networks basically. So these are the main three things when you come to an interview. So they will majorly look into these terms. Whatever you tell, it does not matters, but whenever you are telling, so it should include these three terms. Whenever, so they will think, okay, fine, this candidate has at least some idea how it works, like what is a thing, what is a cloud is. Because many people, like in many top companies, they ask the basic question. They won't ask you to prove like what is resource group, or what is uh, can you just show me how a threat hunting is being done. They won't ask you such things. They will be asking you such small things which are like you will be like you cannot get in a quick way. So I would like you to look into this small terms and look like understand what is storage, what is applications, and what is network in terms of cloud. So coming to the next part, so what is the main Microsoft product? So Microsoft products is like Azure, and we have Microsoft 365. Everyone knows that we have Dynamic 365, and the new was introduced as AI service. Coming to the Azure, Azure is a cloud platform for managing apps, data, and virtual machines. Coming to the 365, we know it is Teams, Word, and Outlook, and many more too. We have a packages over here. So this is packages. Then we have Dynamic 365. This is totally for business apps for sales, finances, and customer services, where you can raise the tickets, where you can like pitch, and where you can maintain the finance too. On this separate portal. This is also a separate portal. What we have. This is a product of Microsoft. So these are the main products of Microsoft. Then we have a AI services that we will be talking in very less, because we don't have that much uh, things related to it, because we are totally focused on Azure, because we will be looking on Azure security, not on this all things. This one will come, but in very partial way, not in a full-fledged way. Coming to the cloud services types, so we have, as I have said, we have infrastructure as a service, and we have platform as a service, and we have a software as a service. Okay. So coming to the infrastructure as a service, which works with virtual machines and storages, and it is managed by ourselves. So this only creates, there are a lot of jobs on this part only, infrastructure as a service. Many jobs are there, especially the companies like Birla Soft, L&T, then Accenture. They have openings for this role itself, infrastructure as a service. So they will hire you as infrastructure engineers. And we have something called as platform as a service, which is ready made. Already the things are made, you have to just build it on, and you have to run it. So that is called as platform as a service. Already a platform is given, you have to just do whatever you want on that particular platform, and you have to just run it. It is like playing a game which is already inbuilt. We have a software as a service, fully managed app, like Microsoft 365 is a fully managed app. How we can define a Microsoft 365? Because it has its own suite. So under suite, what all we have uh, Outlook, we have PowerPoint, we have Teams, we have Word. So these are the Microsoft suite that comes with it. Now coming to the key features of Azure. So it's basically a virtual here. So basically it is a virtual machine and serviceless computing. Then we have networking tools. So we will be introducing, that is the reason why I have said last slide that we should understand the basic concept of networking too, because here the networking comes, VPN comes, and we have like a lot of things that comes with it, because it is like working virtually, totally working on a virtual thing. We will not have anything on our hand on a physical thing. That's it. So physical, we have servers. Here it's totally on virtual. So virtually you have to understand how it actually works, because many people like they are good at understanding the hardware, but software it's pretty difficult, a bit difficult to understand, because many people don't understand the connections, connectors, how it actually works, push pull. So these are the small thing concepts that will come into the picture in further classes. So coming to the storage options for files and backups, how will you do the files, and like how will you push a file from a server, or how will you load a file, how will you take a backup of your complete cloud if needed, so how will you secure it. So that are the major concept that we will be looking in the further sessions. We have databases for SQLs. We will look into the basic SQLs and no SQLs too. Then we have AI tools and IoT devices management also. This is also a single concept that comes where we will like people, the researchers, connect this through the hardware, like Arduino boards. We have boards like Arduino, and under Arduino we have multiple versions. So they will be connecting this, and they will be like running the application, right? Loading the data to get the real-time applications. They will basically test on this environment. They don't have, so it is a full package that comes with everything. The only thing is like we have to understand how we can use it as per our needs. So coming to the next thing, so we have security features like Azure Active Directory and multi-factor authentications. So Azure Active Directory, this is a total controller. It controls your entire thing, like who should work on a particular portal, or who should work on a particular project. The complete Active Directory is like in out of the people too, like who will be in into the particular environment, and who will be under. Just a minute. Yeah. So yes, where were we? Yeah. So who will be like, we will be completely have access to the entire environment through the term called as Active Directory. Multi-factor authentication in a same way, it is an authentication process where we give the permission to the concerned person, concerned team, or the concerned community to work on a particular project or the deployment of the project. Whatever it is, the scenario can change to like change from point to point. Now coming to the additional benefits, like what are the benefits what we have by using this Azure cloud. It is a hybrid cloud, as I have said. It supports, totally supports it. And we have permission servers and other clouds too. Like we can connect this through other clouds too. Like we can connect AWS, GCP too. So it has a global network of like data centers, and we have the inbuilt developer tools also, which will be helping us to develop everything over here. We can deploy the apps smoothly on this, and we can like push it to get published also. So this is we can create a virtual desktops and like mixed environment to onto this platform. If you have any questions right now on the cloud, you can ask me. If you don't have, I will push to the next slide.
I'm good.
Okay, fine then. So we will be pushing to the next slide. So as you have, as I have asked you about the security, so let's talk something about security, because we are going to understand cloud and security. These are both terms, but we are combining it, and we will learn in the Microsoft, like with the product of Microsoft, which is Azure. So coming to the security part, so basically protecting the data, as I have said, protecting the data, systems and networks. This is a true definition of a security from unauthorized access and attacks or damages. Damages in terms of physical damages, not the damages that happens from the external world. So whenever you like, there are people who wanted to test you from basic. So that's the reason why I'm keep on asking, because I have faced almost a number of interviews where I have gone through different companies also. So they basically look into the small things, not big things. So basically you have, whenever they ask you for what is the security, so you should give such a definitions like protecting the data, systems, networks from the unauthorized access, attacks and damages. So this is called a security. And which ensures, now what is ensuring, what you are ensuring, you are ensuring confidentiality, integrity and availability. What is, so this is called as CIA tar. So this is a term that comes whenever you are like working with the security part. So this is the basics of security. Okay. So now coming to the security involves measures such as passwords, encryption, firewalls, and monitoring. So these are all the things that we're looking in the Azure part also. So so these are like whenever you someone asks you about the security. So this is a definition what the industry people look, and these are the terms that they particular look whenever you are into the interview. Now coming to the point, like what is the key security features? Now we should understand what are the key security features. So coming to the key security features, we have identity access management that I have said, controls who can access the resources. Resources, I will show you all the resources, whatever resources what we have on Azure using the Azure Active Directory. So this gives the permission who can use the resources with a multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication is like the person who can go and work on a particular environment or who can really access the particular resources. Coming to the network security, so we have firewalls. We will deploy firewalls. We will work on the virtual networks. We will also see how a DOS protection or DOS attack can happen on the Azure, on the cloud. Then we have something called as data protection. We will look into the encryption part, how we can encrypt it, and how we can like uh, we have something called as key wallet, how we will be using the key wallet in terms of data protection. Then on the last, we will be seeing threat detection and response, which comes with a Sentinel as well as Microsoft Defender. So these are all the two parts that we will be looking, because on the Sentinel also we can do the threat detection and response, and on the Microsoft Defender for cloud we can do this like threat detection and response. Threat detection and response are the two terms basically. So threat detection is something which we will be monitoring 24 by 7. It will be monitoring. Response is something that is like, if something goes wrong, the first incident that is created, that is called as a response. Okay, the terms. I want you to understand the terms before we jump into the real time environment, because terms matters a lot over here. Because terms, there are much confusion. So as per my experience, because many times I have got even the confusion like uh, response incidents. So these are all the things that you should know basically. So again, the last things is a compliance and grievance. So this is not much focus. Many people won't focus onto this, but the people who are interested in creating the policies, rules, regulations, how should our organization work, or how should a particular resource group or a particular project should be deployed. So many people, like not maximum people, some of the people will be focusing on these terms like a compliance and grievance, like they will be the people from a particular team. So they will be looking that basically from the monitoring. So I think the security part is also okay. Is there something that you want to ask? Because these are all the basics what I'm covering right now. This is not something pro. because as we have did the masters or our undergraduate also, we should know it, because just whenever you come to the industry of security, these are all the things that commonly people knows it. I hope everything is okay. Can I move further?
Yes, please, from my end.
Okay, fine. Now coming to the portals, as I have said, we will be looking into the four portals. That is Azure portal, Microsoft Defender for cloud. Then we will look into the Microsoft Sentinel. Then we will be looking into the Azure Active Directory, which is also known as Entra ID. We will look into the Microsoft Preview and Compliance too. So these are all the basically four portals itself, not five. So under this portal, this is a main portal. I'll show you. This is a main portal. So this is a major link. So under this, you can get everything. So we will basically create a resource. We will get information, the entire information, what are all the, like how much secure our environment is, and everything we will basically get from here. This is Microsoft Defender for cloud. Microsoft Defender, under Microsoft Defender for cloud, we have other segments also. So other segments in terms of, we have uh, related to cloud itself, we have other segments under Defender also. And so under what, under Defender, what we will be doing is posture management, the most important thing, and we will look into the threat and vulnerability protection too. Then we will be looking into the Sentinel. This is also a separate portal. So this comes with, whenever like we will look into the terms of log analytics, log workspace. So these are terms we will be looking into. So from log workspace, you will be connecting to the Microsoft Sentinel. Your entire data will be, this is basically a monitoring platform, which is called as a SEM and SOR. Okay. So this is a totally automation tool. If you are like accessing this, so the entire environment is automated for 24/7. So there is nothing, so it will automate, like it will keep on scanning, it will keep on giving you the incidents. But we have to look like how you have set your environment like to react or not. So that all things we will look into in further things, for the classes. So then we have something called as Azure Active Directory. As I have said, this is also called as Entra ID. So we will basically look into the, this one, RBAC roles, conditional access, what is conditional, and MFA. Because this is a major parts. This three are the major parts that we will looking into it. Then we have something called as Microsoft Preview and Compliances, where we will be looking into data loss protection, audit, how do you audit it, and how do you take the risk monitoring. Whenever a risk comes, how do you take it? I will show you in, not, we cannot do it in practical, because I will try to create an incident and show you. But on a practical note, it is other scenario. It will be totally another scenario. Like on a single shot, you cannot understand like what is the original incident that has been came up, or what was the attack that has been came up. So that needs an investigation that we will be doing from this part, that is Sentinel. We can do it through KQL. That is the reason why I said KQL, we should know it, because KQL pulls the every data whatever we want. So uh for this, for this slide, is there any questions?
No.
Okay, fine, then so we'll be moving to the next slide. So as I have said, you we will be looking into the identity access management also. So this is the identity access management portal. Like this is also portal which comes under Azure Active Directory Entra ID. So this is now it is called as a Azure AD. So identity as a security parameters. What are the parameters that we will do? So now you see a new term as just in time. We have looked this one, role based access. That depends on the role. Roles are something like, for example, there is a software, like they are developing a software. So in software, we have few people that will new. need a particular role, or think in such a way that there's an organization, so there are plenty of uh, roles that will have. Somewhere someone will be into the cyber security, someone will be the IT managers, someone will be HR. So as per the roles, we will be creating a particular portal for them. We will be giving a particular resources to them, so that they will work on that particular on the resources, and the person who has the entire access, that is active directory access or the intra id access, that is total access, he will be monitoring it through the different policies or the criteria that he have set to the particular team. So we have something called as, now coming back, so we have something called as just in time. So just in time is like, for a particular time, the a particular portal will be activated through the help of authentication or authorization. So we have to do this. It is not that comes directly, it comes with the help of the third person. So he will be giving you the authorization or authentication to see the particular what all happened. For example, there is a person who is a software developer. Now he has joined from other team, and he wants to understand like how this particular workflow is going on, like the program is working in a proper way, or the HTML or CSS is working on a proper way or not. So he mentions that I want to see the particular HTML part only. So we will be assigning him just in time. So that will be a particular time that he will be like he will be getting access. So from there we cannot copy or we cannot take a screenshot also. So we have that options, we can do that settings also on that. Then after that, after few minutes or few seconds, it will automatically get closed. So this is called just in time. So next we have something called as zero trust enforcement. So zero trust is a big thing. This is a separate individual concept that we'll be understanding in further, like how, what is zero trust, how and where it is implemented. So that we will be looking in further classes. Then we have multi-factor authentication, as I have said, who will access it, which team will access it. So that will be the multi-factor authentication. Then we have something called as risk-based sign-in and audit trail management. So this comes with the compliance and payments, basically. Now, best practices, implementing privilege identity management for admin roles. This is basically like who wants to enter into the term called IAM. This is a separate role, identity access management. So this also has a lot of jobs in the market. So for that, this is the major key point, and it has a lot of things that we should know, how to set who to whom we should give our access and all, integrated with on-premise and AD hybrid setup and several other things. I hope this is okay. Identity access management. We'll go to the next slide then.
Yep.
Now come the data and key security with Azure. As I have said, key wallet, right? I have in few seconds back, I have mentioned about key wallets. So key wallets is something that has another seven types. Like under key wallets, we have seven types. Seven types. So we will look into this particular seven types also. So why we use a key wallet? I will explain you in a concept wise why we use a key wallet. Centralized key secret and half a certificate management. So we will be looking into SSL also. So this is also a concept that comes with this one also. Then we will be looking into the storage part, how we store it. Then for the compliance also, and automated rotation access auditing also we will be looking. So these are all things what we were looking according to, as this is the intro class, I'm not going in much in depth. I'm just giving you a like overall view what all we will be covering, what all we will be looking into. Next comes the encryption, like what are the encryption types what we have, how we'll do it, and these are the encryption types basically. So these are the basically two encryption types that comes with Azure. Then we have something called as Microsoft Preview. This has a separate portal itself. This is a separate portal, Microsoft Preview. For structured and unstructured data classifications, we will be looking at, no worries. Then we have sensitive labeling, data loss prevention, and regulatory policies, mapping. So these are all the basically these are all the this is like standards. These are all the standards. Under the standards, we will be looking how we can build it. So these are all the standards. The last part. So we are going to the next slide. If you have any questions, you can ask me. But these are all the, like, I'm just giving you an intro. These are all the terms that we will be using in further also. So shared responsibility. What do you mean by shared responsibility? So this is a technical applications. So how it actually works. So under the module of Azure, we have this all things. So that is physical infrastructure, virtualization. Then we have network controls. Then we have platforms. We have application management. We have data protection, identity access. So who will look into as per the roles and responsibilities. So who will take care of it? Physical infrastructure, as we don't have, this is a cloud. So the Microsoft itself will take the responsibility of the infrastructure. If you want, you can do that one also. If you want the total access, you can take the total access of your infrastructure also. But many times people don't do that because they don't want to get into this breaches first of all. Because if you take the the total access of the infrastructure, there is a probability. It is the probability of 60/40 that for sure you will be facing some breach on every time. So because I have hands-on experience on infrastructure, because I have saw, so there's 60/40 chances of it. Then we have something called as virtualization and hardware. As we know, we will work on the virtual machines. So this is totally done by us. We have to take it at any cost from the Microsoft itself, because that is the environment that we create for ourselves for a particular group. Then we have network controls. So network controls, as we know, we have to give the internet connection. The rest, we have to create a network control, like how to control the network, to whom we can give the access. The same part, the AD part only will come over here. Then we have something called as OS platform configurations. OS platform configuration is like what platform you want to. Many people are there who deploy Linux platforms. They deploy Ubuntu. So these are the they do the some people like they even deploy the Kali Linux on to the Microsoft Cloud for their for their accessibility. Next is like application management, which is totally in the hand of a person, customer. This is not deal with the Microsoft itself, because they are already given you something called as platform as a service. So under that, we will be working on application management, data protection. If you want data protection also, Microsoft will do, but it is too costly. So it is better that the customer itself do it, because it will be much cheaper. So it goes on pay as you go. So that's a term that we will be using also. I will show you the entire portal, how it actually works. Then we have something called as identity access management, which is called as AD. So this is also done by the customer itself. This is truly done by the customer. So here, Microsoft cannot play a role. Only the customer, like the person who has took the subscription, will play the major role over here. So this is something called as shared responsibility model. So people ask in the interviews, like, can you explain me about the shared responsibility model? So these are the parts that you have to explain. At least if you don't hit for seven things, at least you should tell five things that, or at least four things that you are capable of. You should explain it, like how you like. On that also they will ask like, okay fine, as you have said me that you as a customer will be using application management, then can you just state me how do you do it, how do you can you just explain me how do you do it? So these are the types of questions that they will ask you. If you tell that I will keep on the data protection, then they will ask you like, how do you work on data protection? what is the key features that you will look into the data protection. Many of them like don't ask about the identity access management because that is a too basic thing. But whenever you go to the interview, so these are the major things. The parts are application management and data protection. Now coming to the understanding cloud threats. What are the cloud threats? So coming to the cloud threats, data exposure, poorly secured storage, endpoint, public cloud buckets. So public. So basically we have public cloud and private cloud and hybrid cloud. So many people they try to access the public cloud, and many times it happens they will get a breach. For example, there's an attacker. He looks into the breaches only. The main part of the attacker is to get the access, unauthorized access of any of the public cloud, any of the private cloud through public cloud. So there's a technique that they will do a DOS attack. So it is like you have your proper Wi-Fi, which is totally secure, but there is someone who is trying to attack it and try to get the password, or like they will come into the total environment. Basically there's a chances, there's a 90% chance attacker can do it, he can compromise it. So that is what I said. Phishing attacks, that comes, phishing attacks is something that comes with the email security. So there's a separate role in the industry which is called as a email security also. We have credentials. So we have like access tokens, key management, and the movements, like how it actually moves. So basically we have phishing attacks. Phishing attacks are something, a link is given, you may be knowing, a link is given, you click it, you get phished, you get redirected to the other platform or the other website, and from there you will be asked to put the credentials whatever they want, and unfortunately you think that is a true website but it is not. Then at that moment it is called as a phishing attack. Or there will be links that contain malware. Whenever you click it, automatically it will download it to your hardware or to the local device, and it can like spread complete virus throughout the network or throughout the channel whatever you are using. So these are the things that basically the industry looks for. So phishing attack that comes with email security. So there is a separate job role that we have in the industry. Then we have API. Everyone knows about it. So this basically comes with the endpoints and accessive permissions. So endpoint and accessive permissions are the major parts that comes with the API. So I this is a separate topic. We will be explaining, like we will be working on this in a more way. So as I have said, ransomware that comes with a phishing in a cloud workloads. How it enters is through phishing itself, uh, and this is as a software as a service. Software as a service. Now, if we have something called a supply chain. We will look into the malicious packages. We will look into this also. Creating a pipelines. How do you create a pipeline of ICA and DevOps? Now, best practices. How we do it. I think this I can explain you in much brief way whenever we are doing a practical. Uh, hmm, okay. So can you, I think you can see this term like log centralization, Sentinel log. So this works on the part called as Sentinel. This is a separate portal. So here we will be doing log analytics and automated alertings. If something comes, how we do it. If some uh, mm, attack, or if a person has visited a particular website that is phishing, or which has phishing, or which has already came into the picture of many people, and they have stated that from this website if you do something then you will for sure fish. So at that time we will be getting alerting. So I will I will make you understand how do we create a rule for alerting to encryption. That is what we have previously discussed. The same thing is being repeated. Key wallet, how we do it. Then we'll go to the next slide. Now comes the threat detection and KQL. As I was telling, why we need a KQL and what is a threat detection. So this is something. So as I have mentioned the scenario very clearly, this is brute force attack detection. And what we are looking into the event logs, event ID. What is event ID? I will explain you. Failed log attempts. So whenever this comes, this particular event comes, this is equal to the failed log attempts. Okay. For the login attempts, we have separate code, that is 4626. In the place of 5, you will just get 6. That's it. So this is the way you will be writing KQL. This is a query. This is a total query to pull the failed login attempts, as you have clearly mentioned the number, right? So this will, I will explain you step by step. So this is called as a pipeline. You may be knowing, if you are a developer or if you are much familiar with the coding, you will be knowing this is pipeline. So we have the same terms what we use in programs: summarize, where, then we have order by. So these are the basic terms for whenever we are coding, we use it. So I believe that people who are like attending this class uh, are also good at coding also, because if you want to understand KQL, then I request you to understand a bit coding, like how the workflow goes, how it actually works. So that is a major important thing that we have to look into. If you are much familiar with SQL also, you can work on KQL, because it's like almost same, but the writing terms and the procedure of writing is a bit different. That's it. So then we have tactics. This is for the reference of the attack has happened. This is totally a separate concept again. This is also a totally separate concept. We will look into it. So this states that how attack has happened, when it has happened, what is the like, basically it tells the blueprint, footsteps, how it actually happened. So this is the terms that we will be looking into. So this is not in-depth concepts. These are all the terms that I am actually introducing you, as we will be going in depth of this all things, this all concepts. The same part what I have stated, we will be going into the best practices, Azure Security, as I have mentioned. We will be looking into the global MFA, multi-factor authentication. We will look into the RBAC rules. We will looking into the key wallet. Okay. Then we will look into the APIs, how we can connect it, how we can work on the APIs particularly. And there is a something called a secure score. Now, what this term means is like, you have deployed all the things. For example, you have deployed resources, you have deployed Microsoft Defender for cloud, Microsoft Defender for identity, whatever it is. Then finally, on the portal, on the major portal, on the main portal, what I have showed you, the link, I will show you on the last of the session. Over there, we can see the rate, how much our environment is secure. Even that particular secure, even that particular uh, portal will give us the suggestions how to fix it. We will directly get a suggestions how to fix it. From there also we can do it. Or if you want to make it more secure, you can get in touch with the teams that are deployed by the Microsoft for their support. We can raise a ticket. So they will be explaining us in more better way how to like how to increase the secure score, because how much the secure score is good, we will be having that much good strength. So there is 0% chances if your secure score is totally good, there would be 0% chances of your environment that gets compromised or breached or attacked. So we will look into the playbook. What is playbook? We will be looking into the three types of book. Notebook also. We have something called as notebook also in this. So we will look into playbook, notebook, which comes with the Sentinel part only. For automation, this comes all with the automation part. So I'm pushing to the next slide. So these are all the compliances. As I have said, for this, we have separate role in the industry. So the portal what we will be using is Microsoft Preview. So under this, we will be having this. We will be following this. These are standards. So we will be following the proper standards so that we won't get any issues in the future. Because if you don't follow the standards, for example, ISO 2701, this is a most used standard whenever we are working with the Azure in terms of deployment. So these are all the standards basically. So I will explain you about standards also in further classes. And so there's something automate. So yeah, automated audits is something that comes with the reporting team. Basically, we will look into the reporting part, internal and external stakeholders. Like people will ask, like, we are spending this much of amount, then what you are doing. So on that term, this platform plays a major role. That is Microsoft Preview. So as I think I have came to the end of the session. Uh, so this was the place where I have explained you all the terms which you should know. Uh, as we are going to deep dive by topic, we will be going by topic. We will not go with uh, in terms of we will not go in terms of portal. We will go topic by topic because understanding the topic is a most important thing. So is there any questions or that you like to like, tell me something?
I think I'm good, Shashank. How many classes is it gonna be in
It
total?
will go for 30 classes, 30 or 45 classes. Depends on the strength, depend on the people.
Right. Gotcha.
So yeah, so this is the portal. I hope you
Mm-hmm.
can see the portal also.
Yes.
So this is a portal. So I will be sharing you a link. On this, you have to get your subscription by yourself. So we will be not providing the subscription. You have to pay for yourself. So you can go with a free trial, which is for 30 days. We will try to do it in 30 days itself, in the span of 30 days itself. We'll go with a free trial also. And this we have this all or the things like, for example, this all the products that we have with Microsoft. So these are all the product. So Defender is a product, Azure is a product, DevOps is a product, Entra is a product. I will explain you while taking the in-depth classes. So if you go to Azure, so yeah, so create a resources. So as I go to home page, this is the Azure like, home page. So we will be creating the resources, we will creating the virtual machines. So basically, we have the entire suite over here. So if you go for each thing, if you go for security, so we have this all things. As per the requirement, we will get deployed to it. We will deploy it on our virtual machine, what we'll be creating in the further classes. I will explain you in practical also. So yeah, if there is something that you would like to ask me, you can ask me. If not, we can wind up this class for today.
I think I'm done, Shashank. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, fine, guys. So I'll be dropping down. We can connect tomorrow. Thank you.